Richard Macklin, 1002 West Cornell Street. I wasn't going to speak tonight. I wasn't actually going to come. I'm all for the fire department. It's something we really need, and I'm proud of our fire department. I think the thing that probably frustrates me the most here tonight is so many people so misinformed of why what we're even talking about tonight. The majority of the people in this room are going to be getting cash back, if you want to say it that way. And I still think that by the shaking of heads, people don't understand theirs are going down. If you don't own a business on commercial property or industrial property, you're winning. You're the winners tonight. So I don't want to pay any more than I have to, but I also want to know I can make that phone call and get them to come across town. It's a big hunk at one time, considering all the cutbacks I've done over the last few years, and trying just to stay in business and not laying anybody off. I think the thing that aggravates me the most is what I see running all over town is what we can't use, what we can't count, is our $250,000 fire truck at all the residential's houses for twisted ankles, gas bubble, heart attack, whatever it is. They're getting a cheaper rate, and that's okay too. It could be my parents' house, it could be my house. I have a house in the city limits. But that's where the majority of these runs, I don't want anybody to be misled. We're the ones that's going to be paying this expense. The majority of the expense is coming to the business owners. You guys are getting cash back, and I know Julian probably has the stats, but I can tell you I see these trucks in the front doors of everybody's houses up and down Lake Avenue, Forest Hill, wherever. They're all over there. They're not putting out fires at our commercial places. It's our business. We do everything in our power to make sure we don't do this or that or this or this or be careful not to, as Mr. Best pointed out. I mean, the sloppiness comes from rentals. I mean, we all know that. I've owned rental property, and I know how sloppy rental people are. They don't care. It's not theirs, and that's where the majority of this stuff comes from. So I think the thing that frustrates me the most, you guys got to do what you got to do. I know the cost of doing business. This city has really progressed a lot, and with progress there has to be change. I don't want it. You got to do it. We got to pay. Nothing gets cheaper. Everything goes up. But I really wish the residents would realize they're getting the bang for the buck. Am I right by saying that, Mayor Schuler?
Well, hold up.
This is what I've been hearing all over town, is how all these retired people on fixed income aren't going to be able to make it, can't go to Winn-Dixie. Well, it's my understanding, and if I'm wrong, please, I will apologize to everybody. I thought they were going to be getting a discount. Is that correct or not?
Mr. Macklin.
No, yes.
Okay.
May I, from my understanding, what I'm getting from these residents, true enough, they understand that the fire assessment will go down, but their point is, since the fire assessment started, which I've been against the fire assessment the whole time, but I've gone along with it. What they're saying that if they don't pay, even if it was $20, if they don't pay the fire assessment, then someone will put a lien on their house. Now listen to me, please. I understand what you're saying. And they understand, I think that they understand exactly what you're saying. What they're saying is that they've worked extremely too hard to get where they are today. To have someone come in and put the threat, $20, $200, $117 for year after year after year. That's what they're saying.
What would what does an average $50,000 home, what would the fire assessment be on an average $50,000 home in Avon Park?
It's a flat
I
fee.
don't know.
Flat
That's,
fee.
It's a flat fee.
and what would that be?
$117.
Yeah. Okay. That's, well, would I be safe to say that's probably an average across the board, or is that a high average?
You mean
For
for
what?
individual houses?
Yes, for an individual resident house
in the city of Avon Park?
in the city of Avon Park.
All
That's
houses are the
everybody.
same.
Yeah, regardless of the value.
Isn't that a pretty good I think that's a heck of a deal.
And that's your opinion. That's good.
Well, what I'm saying is if you have bought a house and you've invested in a house and it is your life savings for $175, I want to know somebody's going to come to my house. I look at it as a very, very affordable insurance. Okay. All right. Well, you also know how your insurance, and I know because they measure from the water meters or from the fire hydrants to my house, the rating of our fire department. I've actually got a little discount before off of our fire department has achieved some ratings or something before. And I know this because when you're spending tens of thousands of dollars on insurance, I know that every couple $1,000s makes a big difference to me also. I don't want to pay it. I don't want to pay. I know as a businessman, and I see several other ones out here, we can't decide to go up the percentage you guys are doing on us at 1 year. We'd all be out of business. What's that?
Excuse me. Wait a minute. Excuse me.
But what I am saying, as Miss Gray had pointed out,
Giles?
Miss Giles, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry, Brenda. What I will say is, as much as I've invested in everything I put into my property, I'm going to pay it. I'm not going to let a little bit of money take my empire down. So, you know, I understand it could be a burden, but, you know, maybe it's time to rent a house and let somebody else have that burden. Sell your house. Go into rental. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but if your house means that much to you, I just thought $100 and a couple dollars isn't that bad of a deal. So we're the ones that's going to be paying. We're the ones that's going to be paying for all these medical runs. We're the ones that's going to be paying for it, and I'm upset about it, but I also know we need it. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard.